Hello everyone, and welcome to Reach's Way. This is me, Reach, and we're going to be looking today at what happens when everything seems to go right as a support. What does that look like? Let's take a look. Now you can see my mouse in the middle of the screen here. I'm spam clicking to get out the fucking fountain ASAP.
Your turn to ban.
And away I go. So before this game started, my
Prepare
Luna
for
said
battle.
it was complaining because in the last 9 games they'd had 8 reports and they were acting like this wasn't their fault. This put me on edge, and I also noticed that the enemy had a Ancient 5 Magnus. I think everyone else in their team, I'm not sure if I can look at this, but everyone else in their team is sort of low Ancient with Ancient 5 Magnus. So my game plan is we need to make sure the Luna doesn't tilt, because it could happen, and we need to make sure the Magnus does tilt, which also could happen. We put the ward down here. It's a bit dangerous putting it down here because you can always be spotted, which is why I retreat back immediately. But this ward is really good because you can watch their offlaner, and my whole plan is to just make sure that Luna has as good a time as possible. I also gave a ward to mid because I don't want mid to tilt either. I think we see here that, I don't know, me and Luna just have some sort of telepathic communication here. We both realise that what we should do is push forward, because we know there's 3 down there. Probably mid is blocking, so probably it's just Magnus there. And it turns out it was just Magnus there. We get the 2 runes. And I think somehow DK down in the bottom rune fucks up and loses our 3rd bounty rune. But oh well.
A gift from the goddess.
A good offlaner will de-ward that ward. However, even at 4.1k, no one does that really, so that's pretty good. We're going to make sure the range keep is at the front, obviously, so the lane pushes towards us. The creep EQ is incredibly important, and I'm just going to wait till this wave of creeps passes and just start whacking Magnus. My rune tells me where he went. I know where he is because of the ward, so I'm just going to start whacking on him. I take the wave because it probably does the most amount of damage. It also lets me see through the trees, and I don't take the stun, so I don't think there's any point in me trying to get a kill here. Killing is not the thing. I just need to waste his time. I dance back and forward so that he is wasting his time and staying at level 1 for as long as possible. I let that creep wave pass, and again, just go and find him, make him hit me. Make him run around. Don't let him hit the creeps. I don't seem to be able to beat him one-on-one, but I can definitely kite him forever. Because of this ward, I can dance on the stairs. So the Magnus probably knows there's a ward there, but offlaners just don't buy sentries, which is pretty good. So you can see the value of that ward. Omega lol. And again, I don't think he's even been able to get into creep range yet. This is the first time he's entering in. Well, he doesn't even get a last hit off. That's his first last hit. Some casual pauses thrown out. I think I'm lucky here not to upset the creep equilibrium, but then again, we don't want the creeps to really go into the tower because that stops. We want to keep the creep waves right there. Let the creeps pass, run in behind, start whacking. Magnus runs away. Magnus runs away from the XP. That's what we want. Just go and grab the rune. Now, here's a question. Should I just keep contesting them, or should I go and grab the bounty runes? I think we get the bounty runes because we can then get quick boots, and boots means I can kite him all day. Boots means I'll stop taking damage from Magnus and I can just whack him whenever I want. Go. And he's going to try to skewer me. Omega lol. And he's out of range again. I think this creep wave looks like it's... Oh, still not pushing. So Luna's done a really good job of keeping the wave back. I think that's what happens when you have a player like Luna who is probably just plays carry all the time and tilts all the time when they finally get a good game in, they're so underrated on their MMR that they're actually quite good and they can play pretty well. So
Illusion.
here we go, found him. Just gonna start whacking him to waste his time. Omega lol. And get him the fuck out of the range of the creep. Now let's take a look at the net worth. So Magnus is bottom on their team for net worth, so lower than both their supports in a tri lane. So he's pretty much gimped, which is pretty good because he's the best player on their team by far. So he could have, if we fucked up the lane, probably taken over and destroyed the lane. But we've totally gimped him out just by doing basic techniques of making him chase, making him run around, keeping a good eye on him with the wards, and now Luna's set off to a great. Luna's leading the net worth by far. I'm a little bit gimped, but that's fine because, in fact, I'm not even that gimped really because I'm getting all these runes and I'm taking a few of these CS. So I think I saw earlier that the creep wave was pushing, so I pulled. No, I don't want to join your team right now. Now I can't remember who it was that said when you pull, especially early part of the game, you shouldn't really worry about CSing the things, the neutral creeps. It's more important just to connect the pull because the XP for our position 1 is more important than the gold for me. I see Rubik coming in on that ward. I ping him out, and now I'm going to sort of move into a more classic support position you would see, which is just sat behind the carry, which is pretty inefficient. However, as what's he called? Swindlemelons says, denies are really important nowadays. Denies give you 75% of the XP or something like that, so denies are super important. So if you can just sit, if you've got nothing better to do than just sit behind the carry and deny, that's not bad. I know I can't really contest by myself like I was doing earlier just against the Magna. So now I've got to start being a little bit more careful, a little bit more conservative. Fortunately, because Luna's so strong, Luna's level 5, these two are level 3, I'm level 3. We can just run in and kill. I think if Luna had less levels, that couldn't happen. It's 5 minutes, so I'm just going to go and use the shrine because you've got to make use of your resources. 5 minutes shrine. I think I now have enough gold for tranquils, which is what I'm going to buy next. I think now I'm starting to think about. So my ward's gone down, right? My observe ward's gone down, and I want to start being able to leave my Luna. So previously you saw where I left my ward. I now need to put the ward on the Radiant Hill, because that means that we can watch for rotations. So I'm going to, I think now, place a ward on the Radiant Hill, which means that all rotations into Luna can be seen, aka I can safely leave Luna to farm while I go and do other stuff. Magnus is starting to catch back up, which is fine, because you'd expect that. He's the best player. He's certainly not having a good game, though. I think Storm's about to get killed, which is a shame. Oh no, he survived. That's good. I'm just going to go and take my little XP mid. I've taken the long way around so I don't get killed, because can't be too safe with these things. You don't want to feed to a Viper. I pull that ward up. Yeah, so I'm going to be trying to put up these 3 key early game wards, which is the sort of around here, the Radiant Hill on our safe lane to watch for rotations. Mid, just anywhere mid. There we go, easy kill mid. So that's 2 kills for me, not bad. And then on the south rune spot. Once you get all those wards up, your team is basically unrotatable. There we go. That's such a crucial ward. I can now just go and leave Luna to mind my own business. I go and gank mid, go and stack and pull, do whatever the fuck I want. Luna can't be rotated on.
Middle tower is under attack.
Because if they come through mid, we'd catch them on the mid ward. If they come through the tower, we catch them on the tower ward.
Missing middle.
Now, should I TP bot here? I'm not sure. It's possible I should TP bot, but at the same time, I want to make sure that Luna is having a good time. That's probably maybe more important than these guys going full retard. Another rune, which is good. I think I can miss the pull here, which is pretty bad, but can't get them all.
Mine.
Casual solo smoke. You don't have to smoke as 5. You can do solo smokes. And he's level 3, Rubik, so he's... I'm pretty sure that Storm could have done it. Oh wait, no, I remember this. So now we will die. This is great. Who would have thought that we'd both die in this position? I think, Viper... You know when you're so sure that that's a kill, and then it turns out it's not, and you just feed because you're so sure that it was a kill? Jesus. Anyway.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I have no idea how that happened. But there was 4 mid, so we had a 4, somehow there was 4 mid. Was it a mega bait? Was it a mega bait? I have no idea. Certainly having 4 mid is good because Luna is exploding in farm.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I'm now going to complete the sort of trifecta of good wards, I think. So yeah, so these 3 wards basically, they cover all rotations as far as I can tell. And I've got the spare ward. I'm going to put down what PPD calls a battle ward. I keep seeing battles happening down here, so I place down the battle ward. And we get lucky. Leshrac goes and feeds. Easy kill. And let's go and take 2 runes. So, looking on reflection, we've had 10 minutes pass. Magnus has had started off with so he started off with a bad game, and now he's having a okay game, which is good because he should be having a fantastic game, being the best MMR by far. Luna, who is a tilt lord, is doing really well. So we're in a good position to sort of take over this game because we followed basic, kiting, good wards with the Safelane, and Luna focused on the creep EQ and just got last hits and didn't worry about what I was doing, and I didn't get in a position where Luna was worried about what I was doing. There you go, AM dead, not bad. So that's how you have a good safe lane experience. And that's Reach's way.